He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. Avengers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for watching the Premier Geek Podcast, Ozzy and the Free Talk Geek. I'm Ozzy.
And I'm the Freak. And on today's episode, a Merc in our mouth, we are going to delve into Deadpool and Wolverine. Or Deadpool 3, as people are calling it. Would you call it Deadpool 3 or just Deadpool and Wolverine?
It's Deadpool and Wolverine, dude.
Okay, to me, this is like a movie by itself. Like, it's technically Deadpool 3, but with everything else that's going on.
Other than the opening sequence, like cameos of the party, like this really has no real connection to their other Deadpool movies.
I mean, it really doesn't. No, you're right.
Like, we didn't get any like sexual suggestions towards Colossus.
No, but we did see Colossus.
We did see Colossus.
Yeah.
And when we did see them, but like it's not enough. No,
it wasn't.
It's Deadpool and Wolverine. So,
but yeah, as said, we are basically talking about all things Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes. Spoilers.
Oh, please! At this point,
stop now. If you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, go back and listen to one of our other episodes, or all of them.
That'd be nice,
right? All of a sudden, all of our episodes just go up by one.
That would be fantastic.
Whoever that person is, thank you.
That reminds me, I have to download our show.
Yeah. I do a lot of the editing, so I've seen each episode usually once or twice. Oh man.
Okay, like ballpark at the beginning. Like,
okay.
What'd you think of the movie?
It's horrible.
I thought so too. I thought Green Lantern was better.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't make him green or animated. Come on. He literally went and cleaned the timeline up.
Dude, I remember when the first Deadpool movie came out, and I made a comment that Ryan Reynolds was better in Green Lantern, and I got the most hate. The most hate.
Oh, man. What, let's see. I think his first... What would Blade 3 be his first introduction into Marvel Universe?
Technically, at this point now, that's MCU.
Yeah, and God damn it, what was his name? I want to say it starts with an H, like Hunter or something like that.
Hannibal King.
Hannibal King. Thank you. Yes, Hannibal. I knew it started with an H.
Right.
Was he an actual character?
Yes, actually, he was a Blade character. He was.
He was.
I don't think he was a comic
book.
I don't think he was as handsome or quippy, but yeah, no, he was a character in Marvel, or is.
Like, I wonder if they were testing him to see if maybe this guy could be Deadpool. No. Because he was just as mouthy, just as cocky as he was in Deadpool Origins.
See, I wonder if this is kind of like a Mandela effect. Yes, he was been the Merc with a mouth, but are we now just putting the voice of Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool instead of having Deadpool be voiced by Ryan Reynolds? You know what I mean? Like,
so I mean, so Deadpool to me isn't playing. I mean, Ryan Reynolds isn't playing Deadpool. He's pretty much playing Ryan Reynolds, right? For the exception of some of the soft dramas and other things he's done, he's been this same character almost in everything
since Van Wilder.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of my favorite lines too. Has been Van Wilder. Are you stalking me? Because that would be hot. God, Van Wilder. Jeez, man, that movie takes me back.
Yeah,
we're not talking about that movie.
No, we're not talking about that movie, but we are going to celebrate all of Ryan Reynolds' movies in the fourth quarter of this year.
Yeah, except for the one that was green and animated.
Oh. Damn it.
So overall, the movie was absolutely amazing.
I thought it was fantastic.
I loved the Deadpool movies going into this. They changed a lot of the crap that a lot of the Fox movies, the X-Men movies. I never liked the leather outfits. I thought they were shit. And yes, I would have rather them be yellow and spandex or something, and like Cyclops made the comment. I didn't like the outfits. I didn't. I hated it. I didn't.
I thought they were time appropriate.
But
I thought that for live action and the time that they came out, we're talking post Matrix.
Mhm.
I thought they were appropriate,
Well, and
especially since you did see like branching into the other X movies, like you saw like the different color trim to kind of give him like a nod back to the old school.
it was crap. And the reason one of the reasons I appreciate the Deadpool movies and the Deadpool line is that these movies are straight up showing us, you know what? You can have characters in their legit outfits, make them look the way they did, and nobody's going to bat an eye and think it's crappy. In fact, because we're doing it now, it makes the other films look like shit.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
It does.
It's just that's what it is.
Agreed.
The Juggernaut, we got the Juggernaut that we wanted to see. What was it? Ving Rhames? Was Ving Rhames?
No.
What was his name? The rugby guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but that's Ving Rhames isn't his name.
I always get those two confused. I keep forgetting his name. But anyways,
yeah.
So the guy that played him, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I wanted to like that character, but they just destroyed it. And that helmet,
costume, yeah,
that helmet that looked like a giant dickhead.
And I'm a little angry at the Wolverine Deadpool movie that they brought that costume back. Like, I'm a different actor, Nathan.
Aaron Reed.
No.
Yeah. Hang on, I have it written down here. Yes, it was a wrestler. Aaron Reed played the new Juggernaut.
No, I was talking about the old one.
Okay. No, Aaron Reed, who I would hope you would know who he is.
No clue.
Okay, I don't know who he is either.
No clue.
They said he's a wrestler.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Aaron Reed.
I've never heard of him before. He looked weird, but I was like, okay, well.
So, since we're kind of doing this, let's just go over all the cameos.
Okay, let's start.
All the cameos.
So we're not going to talk about the people that were brought over from the first two Deadpool movies.
Well, I mean, we kind of can because technically they weren't really characters in the film, so they would have been a cameo.
Okay, so Blind Owl, Negasonic, Teenage
Blind Owl, Negasonic, and Yukio. Hi, Yukio. And the way he did that too was just perfect.
I love it.
Cyclops. I mean, not Cyclops, but Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
Peter.
That was more than a cameo.
He was more than a cameo.
He was a supporting character.
He was even Peter Pool.
He was Peter Pool. Oh my god!
When I saw Peter Pool, oh my god, dude! I loved it so much. Like apparently every universe has a Peter. And
it just makes so much sense.
Shatterstar.
Yeah, that one surprised me.
Shatterstar. They did have Shatterstar again.
So they had almost all of X-Force there. They didn't have Zazie.
Was it? Oh my god, the Skarsgård.
Well, they didn't have Domino. Then they didn't have. Yeah, they didn't have
Skarsgård character. The
Ajax
with the acid. Well, no, you're not going to have Ajax because he wasn't part of the team.
No. What was this? Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't even remember his name.
Yeah.
But anyways, so what we did get, a couple right off the bat that most people aren't going to recognize these people at all. So we've got Ollie Palmer, which plays a bar patron. And he's a Wrexham striker.
Oh, okay.
So just so some of y'all know, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhennry, the director and actor, Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they have a show, something Wrexham.
Well, they own a soccer club.
Well, they own the soccer club, which is the Wrexham AFC, and they do like a show or something like a podcast where they go around, they film them and their interactions with what they're doing with the soccer team. Ollie Palmer is a bartender in one of the scenes that we see. Rob McElhenry is actually in there as a TVA soldier.
Right, he's in the mask.
Yep, he's yeah. So we got to see Happy when when we get Deadpool trying to interview for the Avengers. We got John Favreau as Happy,
Which is nice that they included him again because he's also a variant as well, which I thought was I totally spaced, completely forgot that he was in that John Favreau played Foggy Nelson in the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck.
I would have to go rewatch that. That's a new one for me.
That was part of the post credits thing, man. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
John Favreau was Ben Affleck's Foggy Nelson.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Another fun fact, and this is a good Easter egg about the film, in that scene. Okay, so in the Iron Man movies.
Right.
Okay, so you remember how Iron Man gave a little kid one of his masks, like the mask, and you know who that kid was, right?
That was the one that was in Iron Man 3, right? You talking about that one?
Different kid. The kid ended up being Peter Parker.
Oh, okay. Is that like in?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
It's actual canon. There's it's not like a real helmet, but it's like a play helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And in the movie, he gives it to this little kid. That kid actually ends up being Peter Parker.
Nice.
In the scene where Wade is talking to Happy, you can see in the background there's a shelf, and it's a picture, and it's Iron Man, and then the other part of the picture is supposed to be Spider-Man.
Right.
But because of rights, they can't put Spider-Man in this film, even in a picture.
Right. That would count as one of his.
So in askew in front of the frame is the helmet that Iron Man gave to Peter Parker as a kid.
That's awesome.
So it's a pretty cool little Easter egg there. I had to look that one up. I was like, holy crap, that's a hell of an Easter egg there.
Mm-hmm. And that whole office was covered and littered.
It was just
with Easter eggs. Which is, nice and fun little stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, if I had a lot more zeros in my bank account, like after the number, I would have a room decked out like that. That'd be awesome. So this is one I'm not too familiar with, but because I haven't watched too much of it, I guess in the new Loki series, Hunter B-15.
Right. She was the one that kind of was stuck on trying to catch Loki, and Loki wound up befriending her, and she wound up running the TVA.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, okay, so you didn't watch any of the Loki season 2?
Season 2, no.
All right. So did you feel lost at all in any of the TVA stuff and the multiverse stuff that Deadpool was jumping in and out of? Yeah.
No. Okay. So a lot of that, what to me was kind of covered in Loki season 1.
Yeah.
So Loki season 2, I don't really feel like I needed to. Like me and the missus, we were discussing it for a bit there. We are like, maybe we should watch Loki before we watch this. But I mean, to me personally, because it all kind of runs, together. I feel a lot of it was explained in Loki season 1. Okay, of what the TVA was and what they're doing, and with the timelines.
But having watched Deadpool and Wolverine now, do you feel like you're it's a good thing that you at least watched the first season of Loki? Yes. Like if you didn't watch Loki season 1, would you understand half the shit that was going on?
I wouldn't even really know who the TVA was, or the sacred timeline, or any of that shit. I wouldn't. No. I honestly, I do feel that Loki season 1 really set the path for this movie.
Okay.
And that's how I feel about it.
It just seems like, other than the Deadpool movies, there was some other homework that you would have to do before you watch this movie.
Yeah, like I think maybe Ant-Man. which I didn't watch. The newest Ant-Man.
Oh, Quantumania? No, not so
Oh,
much. No, I don't think you missed. I don't think you really needed that one. The giant Ant-Man skeleton was really not connected to Quantumania.
No, it wasn't. No, it was. Oh my god! Sorry, I got an ad popping up just now. It was blowing up my speakers.
Weird.
Uh, so if anybody heard that just now and it recorded it, sorry.
No, you just sound a little garbled on my end.
Yeah, but it's recording from everything in my speakers. So see if I can try to clip that out. We'll see what happens. Okay, so it's a good thing that you mentioned that. In the Avengers Endgame, there is a scene in which, in the background, you see a giant Ant-Man like picking like holding this deal up, but that scene shouldn't have happened because at that time Ant-Man was already shrunk and going through some other stuff.
No.
So I looked it up. I looked it up. Ant-Man apparently shouldn't have been in that scene.
In Endgame?
In Endgame, he was there.
He got snapped back.
But he was doing something else, I thought, at that scene. Because that scene happened after he was already shrunk down and going deal.
So he was shrunk.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember now, because this is not Ant-Man. This is Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is not Quantumania.
Correct. I'm not talking about Quantumania because I haven't seen that.
So he got snapped back. No. Wait, hold on. He got out during the snap. Oh, fuck. I don't have to rewatch it again.
So, again, I would have to rewatch it too just to find out exactly what he was doing. But according from everything I've read, there was the incongruity there, or
inconsistency.
Consistency, thank you. Inconsistency there where he shouldn't have actually been in that scene. So to clean the timeline up, that Ant-Man or whatever they're saying was sent to the place where Nova is.
Yeah.
And that's where we see the giant skeleton of Ant-Man. There's people that are talking about like that's one of the ways that they were cleaning up the timeline there.
Oh, interesting.
So again, this isn't verified. This is just one of the things people are talking about.
Okay, I'm down with it. I'm down with it, but now I want to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp again.
Yeah. So continuing on with cameos, Wesley Snipes, Blade.
Okay.
What was his first word as his introduction into the MCU here? Retarded.
Jesus Christ.
Wade looked over at him. He's like, I thought you were retired. And then he goes, retarded. I watched an interview in which Ryan Reynolds personally went out and reached out to Wesley Snipes to ask him, hey, if we can do this, are you down? And long story short, Wesley Snipes is like, hey, when Ryan Reynolds calls you up and says you want to do this, you do it.
Right.
And he also didn't think there was any way in hell it was going to happen.
No shit.
And then there we are.
They made it happen.
And which has sparked a giant outrage in part of the community, because seeing him in the MCU now and hearing that they're coming out with a new Blade movie, it's bringing back the nostalgia of Blade, but it's hurting a lot of people's feelings that we're not going to see him in the next film because they've already got somebody else cast as Blade.
Yep. And this is actually going to be his second. It's going to be his second MCU character too. He was a bad guy on Luke Cage.
Wesley Snipes?
No, the guy that to be playing Blade.
I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher it.
Right, but he was one of the bad guys, like one of the main bad guys in the Luke Cage series that was on Netflix.
So when they came out with those series, I kind of struggled through Jessica Jones.
Oh my god, I love
But
Jessica Jones. That
I,
one was so tough to
I,
watch, though.
it was hard. The
Yeah,
only reason I watched it was for David Tennant. But Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, I
I didn't
just,
even do. I couldn't do. I didn't finish Punisher. I didn't finish Iron Fist.
I
I
just,
just jumped straight to the Defenders, and I was like, hopefully this I'll be okay.
I just, they do nothing for me. Like I've never cared for the characters, any of them, and it's like, it's cool that y'all are doing it because it has its own fan base, but it's not for me.
It's giving us more of the street level
Mm-hmm.
superheroes that are filling out that universe.
Yeah,
But you're doing street level without Spider-Man, who's like the street level
yeah.
superhero of Marvel Universe. So that was before they got in bed with Sony. But
Mm-hmm.
other than Iron Fist, which I thought that the guy couldn't act his way out of a wet paper bag,
Oh, really?
the rest
It
of
was
the
that
cast was
bad?
amazing. I thought the rest of the cast was amazing. Who they everybody that they got from Daredevil to Jessica Jones, even Luke Cage, they're all amazing actors, and they were telling some good, compelling stories for the most part. Um, it seemed like the Defenders, when they kind of all came together,
Mm-hmm.
that series felt like it was a little rushed
Yeah.
and not like a complete thought.
Mm.
But they're not bad. They're not like Cloak and Dagger bad. But did you ever check that out?
What's that? Defenders? No.
No, Cloak and Dagger. That Cloak and Dagger
No.
show.
No. Was it about the cloak?
Cloak and Dagger. Yeah.
Cloak and Dagger, literally two Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a cheeky name! They couldn't come up with anything better than that.
No, come on.
Oh
It's the
man, come on.
'60s Marvel. But they
Um,
had a show that was on Hulu. I think
did
it
they?
was. Yeah, and then it was like kind of around the same time as the Runaways.
Didn't I started watching the Runaways? I couldn't get into it.
I got into where that's the second season. I think I want to go back and finish it. I was enjoying it.
I was forcing it.
Yeah.
It was forced. Um, damn it, I lost my train of thought. What I was going to
That's
say?
okay. We're off on a whole other
Yeah,
rail
yeah, yeah. We're
away
getting
from
off.
Wolverine Deadpool.
All right, so let's kind of power through some of these cameos real quick.
Okay.
So we have Psylocke, by Ayesha Hussein, and she was hot. I'm not gonna lie. Psylocke. I've always liked Psylocke. I thought she was awesome.
Again, I guess they couldn't get what's her name from G4.
God, that was so long ago. Still hot, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So we get the return of Daphne Keene as X-23, the
which was
lovable character.
amazing.
She did a great job. She really did. We get to see Jennifer Garner again as Elektra.
Which was nice. It was nice to have her redeem
Mm-hmm.
that character after her solo movie.
I never cared about the character ever, Elektra. I didn't do anything for me.
Right.
But it was cool seeing her again.
Yeah.
We get Chris Evans, the Human Torch.
Oh my god. Okay. So like going into this movie, I caught like a few spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Daphne Keene was going to be in it. I knew Wesley Snipes, and I was like, God, I gotta stop watching.
See, I did not know
I gotta
about
stop
Wesley
going through these websites, getting this news, and I'll keep getting spoiled.
Uh-huh.
And but Chris Evans completely surprised me. I did not get spoiled on that one, but I knew as soon as he showed up, he was not Cap. I knew it.
I knew that wasn't Cap,
and I knew he was going to do Flame On, and I was like, yes.
He's gonna say it.
I was so happy for that cameo. That was like having Patrick Stewart back in the Doctor Strange movie. I don't know. It just felt nostalgic like that.
So we've got
Pyro.
Aaron Stransford. Yep, that's who I was going to next. Pyro. Which, okay, that scene. Can we just address that scene? Why did the Human Torch target Pyro with a flame attack?
Who knows?
I'm trying to think.
Are you trying to put logic onto it?
No, I'm trying to think of it like maybe he was just like trying to hit everybody with the flame and he was absorbing it, but no, it was like a straight flame right into it that he was just feeding. I'm like, really,
it was just a payoff for Pyro. That's
really?
All it was.
Anyways, my man Tyler Mane coming back as Sabretooth briefly.
That was nice. That was fun seeing that.
I love seeing Tyler Mane. We got, for a brief moment, you can't even really, it's really hard to see her. If you did see her, awesome. But we got Deathstrike. Deathstrike is in there.
Was it the same actress?
Jade Lee. Same actress played Deathstrike, which I
did see her.
Did not care for that version of her.
Oh.
I didn't like it. Didn't. She just looked like a woman with weird hands. I don't know. I didn't care for it.
That's what Lady Deathstrike is.
But she didn't. I couldn't have picked her out of a lineup and been like, "That's Lady Deathstrike."
No.
To me, she reminded me of Meg from that episode of Family Guy where everybody gets superpowers and she just makes her nails grow like long and in and out. Like that's all it made me think of, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We get Azazel.
Yeah. Different actor.
Eduardo Munoz. And then we get the Blob. Different actor again.
Which I completely missed. Where was the Blob?
There was one scene where they kind of briefly show him during the fight scene. He was played by Mike Waters, which me personally, I would have loved to have seen Kevin Durant again as the Blob. And maybe that's the reason why they didn't really show him that much. Kevin Durant, amazing actor. I love this guy. And obviously we get a cameo of Stan Lee.
Didn't see a Stan Lee. I didn't see that either. I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
He was in there. Yeah. And whenever you're ready at any point in time, let me know. I have a very long list of the variants.
We'll get into the variants for a moment, man. But Toad was also there too.
Toad was there. Toad was there. I kind of rushed through this list. I guess I didn't get him. And there's one more that cameo, not really cameo, but an actual character that needs to be addressed.
Go ahead.
Magic Mike.
What?
Channing Tatum.
Come on, dude. That was not a cameo. All right.
Oh, I know, but
not a cameo. But thank goodness we finally got to see Channing Tatum in a comics
20 years.
Gambit.
20 years he has been trying to be the role of Gambit. And 100 now, the only downside to Channing Tatum playing Gambit, the only downside, that dude's got a big fucking head.
Dude, that's not big.
Like he slimmed down. He slimmed down I feel like he had to lose muscle mass for this. He still looked big with the jacket, but I saw some videos of him doing training and everything.
I saw that too, yeah.
And yeah, he's gotten a little smaller, but that head ain't going away. And then big old ears.
That head sock did him no.
It made his head look bigger.
Yeah.
But to see the outfit with whatever that material is, with the purple and the blue, with the knee-high boots with the shin guards.
I mean,
those
dude,
shin guards killed it for me, man. I loved it.
Bro, that was such a perfect costume. They
was.
perfected it for live action.
That
really was amazing. I thought he was amazing. And I know they did the accent as harsh as they did for laughs. But I think if he calmed down that accent, and he would if he were to have his own standalone movie, I think it would be amazing. Now I've seen Gambit in action. Now I gotta have Gambit. I have to have Channing Tatum as Gambit. Calm down accent.
There was only one thing about the outfit that I didn't like, and I feel like it was a big part that they missed. his eyes.
He did
Gambit
power
has
up and have eyes. Like
no,
he
no.
powered up.
Gambit's normal eyes
Are
were
red.
black with a red circle in the middle, like not even filled in, but like a red ring in the middle. But his eyes were black, and like no matter what, he always had those eyes. You know, that was I guess part of his mutant ability. When it triggered, it changed his eyes. And I never understood that or knew the story behind his eyes. But I really do wish that they had his eyes.
Really? That's what you're hung up on. You got the whole fucking costume. You got the head sock. You
Yeah,
got Channing Tatum after
I
20
think it would have
fucking
made.
years to be Gambit,
I
and you're
think it
hung
would
up
have
on
made.
his eyes.
I think it would have made that big head of his look a little bit bigger. I mean, a little bit better.
Oh my god.
Dude, if you're gonna go from pretty much head to toe and make sure that they got this costume right and accurate, why skimp out on the eyes? And it's not really even a part of the costume, it's actual character. That would be like giving Nightcrawler like green eyes. Doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Other than that, I fucking loved it, dude.
You know, to
I
be perfectly
absolutely loved
honest with you, as much as I've loved Gambit, I didn't even know this guy.
it. Yeah. That was the one thing I was hung up on. I couldn't stop. Every time I saw Gambit, I was just staring at his giant head. And I think they tucked his ears back.
I think those were fake ears.
I don't know. He's got some big old ears too, man.
I think they Captain America'd it, and those were fake ears on the outside.
Did they do that in Captain America?
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's
in one of them. Oh no, the original, like the 70s,
the
70s Captain America made for TV movie.
Yeah,
it was like his mask was like that. They put fake ears on the outside of his cowl.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled about Gambit. I think they did a great job, and just like you said, I hope we get a good. No, excuse me. I hope we get a Gambit movie out of this.
Right. I mean, if we have some kind of real introduction of the X-Men, it honestly wouldn't be a bad idea to have Channing Tatum as a senior-aged X-Men with some new mutants. You know, it would just be nice. You have him as a teacher there at the Xavier Institute, even. Just have him there.
Yeah.
Have him be part of the MCU fully. It would be great.
It really would be. It really would. I think he did a great job, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody else would think that too.
Oh yeah.
And again, this just goes to prove my point that you can have a person in a very accurate comic book style costume and look fucking badass.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, they proved it with Wolverine. I mean, they really did. I mean, they had it.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the proof with Deadpool, but when they showed Wolverine's blue and yellow, that was it. That was it. Oh hell, no! Even before that, when they were doing the variants, Wolverine in his Age of Apocalypse costume, or Wolverine in his brown and yellow about to fight the Hulk.
Yep. John Bryan.
Yeah. Amazing costume still.
Yeah. No, and again, each one of those looked absolutely amazing, with or without the cowl. Like when he pulled that on was awesome.
I thought it was nice. I thought at this point it was a little too much.
Really?
I really did. Especially at the end when he was shirtless with the cowl.
Oh, dude, and the physique. Like, you might as well just had somebody like there misting him, you know?
Right.
That scene was awesome. Oh. That scene was pretty awesome. But that whole fight scene, the way we finally got the Wolverine that we have all been wanting and looking for from the comics, pretty much.
Angry.
From the anger, the outfit, and his fighting style. Did you notice his fighting style was different? The way he would crouch down to the ground instead of just standing there with his arms out or whatever. He was
this
all the way
was
crouched.
Out to kill.
Oh yeah,
this Wolverine was out to kill. The Wolverines that we had in the other movies were not out to kill. He almost got that way in Logan. He was trying to kill Logan, but he wasn't like trying to kill like he was in Wolverine Deadpool.
Yeah, and I would like to see an Old Man Logan movie.
We did. Oh,
I would like to see Old Man Logan. Like, so
bro, I don't
one
know
of
if that story's
one of the variants that we saw was Old Man Logan,
yes,
which is different to a lot of y'all out there than the Logan that we saw in the Logan movie.
yes.
Old Man Logan is from a universe in which all the supervillains killed all the heroes. And that's who we saw as one of the variants in this movie. That would be a very dark tale.
Hulk killed everybody.
Did he?
Yeah, dude, that whole. Do yourself a favor. You have
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Unlimited. Read Old Man Logan.
Well,
That
I
is
started it a while back.
that
I never
is
finished it.
that is not something that'll ever, dude, ever get translated into movies.
Yeah,
And you'll find out why after you read it.
that and Dreadpool.
Dreadpool?
Never heard about Dreadpool?
No.
Dreadpool is one of the Deadpool variants who literally goes on a killing spree. He kills all of the X-Men. Almost everybody in the entire MCU, X-Men, and
Is that
everything.
is that from
That's
the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe?
yes,
Okay.
and that's where we call him Dreadpool. To the point where he actually breaks through the fourth wall and starts killing the creators. And
Oh,
like one of the last one of the last scenes in it is like he's about to kill the artist and the writers, and then he turns around and he looks at you the reader, and he's like, "You're next."
nice.
I mean, he just straight up he kills everybody, and it's pretty impressive.
Check it out. So, like, okay, before all the Deadpool movies started,
Mm-hmm.
I was not educated on Deadpool. I
Okay.
didn't follow his comics. I didn't follow him from any of the X-Men stuff. I think I
Mm-hmm.
might remember seeing him at one point or another on Spider-Man animated
Yeah.
series, maybe. But like,
The Amazing Spider-Man.
maybe I saw that episode. I really don't know. I don't really know where I originally came to like knowing who Deadpool is or what
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool is.
And
Until that first teaser that got leaked.
and to be honest with you, I think a lot of people were in the same boat.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people had no idea who the hell Deadpool was until the first movie. That's when a lot of people started doing some of the reading and doing some of the research.
All right.
That's just my opinion.
But he's been
Because
around. He's been around for years,
he's been around
and
for a
like
very long time.
he going back and reading some of like the older X-Men stuff, and I'm like, oh, he's popped up. He's been around here. He's a known character, but he's
Mhm.
just really not anything
X-Men.
that's
He was
on
in
my
X-Men for a
radar at
minute.
all.
Yeah, he was in X-Men for a minute. He was in X-Force.
Yeah, I think the
Um,
first time I saw him actually like in comics was on an X Force. It was like the old when there was when they were black and gray.
when they're going the Messiah complex.
Yeah, it was with the X-23 and
Yeah.
Wolverine and Deadpool and I can't remember who else was on that team. But that's the first time I can remember actually seeing him.
Mm-hmm. And
And so
that was one of my first interactions was the Messiah complex.
okay, so you were actually reading the books.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I never even read any of his comics. What I know of Deadpool, I've garnered from like Marvel Wiki. Whenever I fall
Okay.
down my Wikipedia holes,
Okay. Those are fun to get into
they
sometimes.
are. That's good reading. So all right. So he wasn't a precious character to you at all. Whenever the first movie started.
I mean, he wasn't, and I don't really think I could say he's a precious character to me now, as
Right.
far as the comic books goes. Because yeah, I've read some comics of his. I have some
Mm-hmm.
comics of his, but he wasn't like my go-to.
Right.
I'm a huge big Spider-Man fan. I grew up on Spider-Man, X-Men, Spawn, stuff like that, Shadowhawk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean those are different comics. But I wasn't a huge avid fan to go out of my way for Deadpool stuff.
Okay. Okay. So he's not a plucked from obscurity character.
Mm.
So it's kind of funny how we've seen this character become adapted,
Mm-hmm.
who's not Wolverine, not Spider-Man, not any of the big pantheon of comic book characters, Superman, Batman, the like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's interesting that this ancillary character did get a movie, and like that Ryan Reynolds was pushing so hard for this,
Mm-hmm.
especially with his showing as of being Wade Wilson in which one was it?
X-Men Origin.
X-Men Origin Wolverine.
And I think maybe that might have stinted this whole thing because their portrayal of Deadpool at the end of that movie was a fucking travesty. Uh, okay, for starters, what's his nickname?
Merc with a
Merc.
mouth.
What did they do to him in X-Men Origin?
They shut his mouth.
They got rid of his fucking mouth.
Well, they got the joke. They finally shut you up, Wade.
Yeah, no, I got that, but I'm like, really? Because at first he was Wade, he wasn't Deadpool. When he became Deadpool, they got rid of his mouth. Like, just the whole fucking character looked like
Dude,
Baraka
they
without a
scarred
mouth.
up his eyes so they can give him the mask without giving him the mask,
Mm-hmm.
which was bullshit.
Again, that was their way of not giving people the costumes.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But
You're absolutely right.
I don't know. It was a travesty. They cleaned up the timeline.
That one doesn't exist anymore.
They knew that they fucked up. And I love that part too. You know, especially with that scene where he straight up tells where Wade tells Logan, you know, there's going to be a time where I'm going to come over and I'm going to need your help, and you know you're going to help me. And it's like this was all predicted even back then, you know, that this was going to happen. I mean, he's going to be doing this until he's 90. So
Right. Okay, so how disappointed were you? Okay, so Henry Cavill Pool.
Okay.
Did that one surprise you?
Honestly, it did surprise me.
Or Cavalrine.
Cavalrine is what they're calling him. The Cavalrine. Yeah. I will say the best thing about that scene is when he turns and he looks at Wade and he starts walking towards Wade and he does that.
He does
that he does in everything he's ever done. He does that little number, and that's how he did his little stinks, you know, like to pull out his blades.
Right.
And I was like, I'm really happy that they added that. And the downside to Calverine, he ruined Hugh Jackman's record.
No? Yeah.
The longest played character without any other people playing that character. There has only been technically 2 people now to play Wolverine.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. You're right.
He broke his record. He broke his record. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, I was hoping so much for when we were doing the Patch cameo or the Patch Wolverine. I want so bad for that to be Daniel Radcliffe. I want so bad for that to be Harry Potter because he's been so. People have been throwing his name out to be the next Wolverine, the next Wolverine, the next Wolverine.
I don't understand why.
I don't know.
And for those of y'all that are curious, who we're talking about right now, they don't even show his face. They show a short segment of. You can see him from the back. He's wearing a white tuxedo. He's at a table, probably playing cards or something like that. Patch is one of Wolverine's aliases. He wears an eye patch. He's dressed up nice, and that's when he doesn't want to be recognized or have any affiliation with Logan or Wolverine.
That's usually when he's doing his stuff, and it's usually when he's doing his stuff in Madripoor.
Yes, exactly, and that's who Patch is. That's one of the variants of Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And since we're bringing up, you know, variants, I just want to mention real quick my favorite Wolverine variant, Weapon Omega.
Weapon Omega.
Weapon Omega from Age of Apocalypse, first appearance in X-Men Alpha #1. The Wolverine missing the hand in the alleyway that just beats the shit out of Deadpool.
Yeah.
That's during the Age of Apocalypse series.
Right.
Remember when I told you we were talking the other day about Black
That's
Legion?
Right. That's right.
Yeah, so that's Weapon Omega.
Oh, bro. I thought you were going to say comics accurate height Wolverine.
Also known as the Short King.
That one popped me so hard, dude. I laughed so fucking hard.
I almost fell out of the seat.
Oh my god, I did not see that one coming. I was like, oh
my god. Okay, and again, for the audience out there who don't know this, Hugh Jackman is 6'2".
Yeah.
Wolverine is 5'3".
Yeah. Short.
Not only is he 5'3", but he's stocky and he's usually crouched over.
Right.
Making him a pretty close
even
to about
smaller.
4 foot, even smaller. Wolverine was not a big guy. Hugh Jackman, again, is 6'2". So to see the Short King, that was awesome.
I laughed so hard. That was my first hard laugh. And I was like, oh my God, yes.
The fact that they didn't have somebody else play him, the fact that it was literally Hugh Jackman, they just literally just took it and scrolled down to the scaling and just changed the scale of him. Yep. When he hopped off that stool. Oh man.
So good. So
good. Yeah, that's the Short King, who's technically not from any of the comics or anything. It was just
comics
what the fans
accurate
have always what the fans have been bitching out over the past 10 years or so.
Okay, so enough of the Wolverine variants. Let's get into the Deadpool variants.
Well, hold up. Just because I actually took the time to write all of this down, we're going to go through them all real quick. Okay. So we have the Short King that we mentioned. We've got Patch, Weapon Omega. We've got the John Bryan costume, which he mentions, from Hulk 180, which was Wolverine's first appearance of Wolverine in the X-Men comics. Right. Or Marvel Comics, which was Hulk 180, and on the cover you actually see Wolverine in the brown and orange costume, and in the reflection of his blades you can see the Incredible Hulk.
Right.
So we've got the Crucified.
Right.
We've got the Crucified one on the X with all the skulls, which was from Uncanny X-Men number 251 by Mark Silvestri. That was the cover for that one, and that one was awesome.
An iconic image.
It really was. And by the way, that comic is now flying off the everybody's shelves like hotcakes, and the prices of it have gone way up thanks to this movie. I'm sure a lot of eBay sellers are really happy for that. So we've got the Cavalry, which, just real quick, the reason why we got Cavalry is because of the whole Disney, MCU, Fox buyout and everything like that. People were curious after Disney acquired Fox, who was going to play Wolverine. And a lot of the fan base was really suggesting Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill was thrown about there in fan casting. You're absolutely right.
That's the main reason we got to see that one.
I was like, what's his name? John Krasinski for Mr. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And then we also got, as I mentioned earlier, Old Man Logan.
Right.
From Old Man Logan. Let me see here. I also put it in here. I don't know where I put it. Earth 1005. That's where our Deadpool is from, and he's currently in the world though of Earth 616. He's not in his Earth anymore.
So his timeline
when he changed timelines, he's now he's from Earth 1005, but he's now in Earth 616.
And because 616 is technically our MCU main universe, right?
Correct. He just joined our universe, which is where he's trying to join. We see him trying to join the Avengers,
right?
In Earth 616. So that goes through the recap of the Wolverine variants. Let's talk Deadpools.
Okay, let's talk Deadpools.
We have a lot.
There were a lot.
And there
A
were
lot of the Deadpool core, and I was
at a lot of
so
cameos
stoked to
there
see all
too.
those. So stoked to see
Um,
that.
so we have the lovely Blake Lively.
Oh, okay. You're not going in order of appearance.
Well, I mean, the first one would have been Ryan Reynolds. Nice
Yeah,
pool.
nice pool and dog pool.
Okay. So nice. Okay, so go ahead and start off with nice pool then.
Okay, there was nice pool. He was nice. He was very Canadian, eh?
Very Canadian.
Very
Who
Canadian.
nice pool? Who lacked the power of regeneration
Unless we
and
found out
had
a little
some
too late.
really, which it had really cool desert eagles.
Yeah.
I do love the scene when Deadpool is by the Honda Odyssey
Yeah.
and he grabs Mary Poppins
Mm-hmm.
and tries to run and then turns around and he goes, I didn't know where to go. The corn was too thick. But then he's just like, he looks over to nice pool and basically tells him, he's just like, if anything were to happen to you, like your sudden demise, I'll take good care of her. And he's like, what would happen to me? And then Nice Pool kind of gives this awkward, almost scared look to Wolverine.
So good. So good.
Okay, so Dogpool.
Right.
You know the story behind Dogpool?
The dog itself, like winning the
Yeah.
ugliest dog in the world contest.
Uh, he wasn't really the ugliest dog in the world, not at first. But the dog pool actually had the regenerative healing, like Deadpool.
Right.
And the scientists were constantly doing experiments on this dog, like left and right. They were doing all these experiments on it that fucked the dog up. They didn't care for the dog anymore. They took the dog, they threw it in the dumpster. The dog then got taken in by like an animal, like a circus, who was just doing all this torturous stuff, like shooting it out of a cannon at walls and stuff like that, just torturing this fucking dog because it wouldn't die. When finally Watu, the Watcher, stepped in.
No
And
kidding.
you know how Watchers do not step in, right?
Yeah. But they
So
keep stepping in.
yeah, exactly. So I think it was Uatu as well, the Watcher, that he stepped in and he literally pulled Nice Bull from their other universe and sent them over there to rescue Dogpool.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Nice.
Dog
All right.
and Dogpool's real name is Peggy,
Oh.
and it is a Chinese crested mixed with a pug,
Ugh.
and it is like Britain's most ugliest fucking dog.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Dogpool is a real tragic story, actually.
Oh my goodness. I did not know that. Okay. All right, but okay. So and I cut you off earlier, but Blake Lively.
Okay, Blake Lively,
Right.
who you might not know by the name, but that's Ryan Reynolds' wife,
Right.
not Taylor Swift, as a lot of people were suggesting. Played Lady Pool.
I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see that cameo coming. I don't know why. I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see it coming, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting it, and I mean, I wouldn't have known to even expect that one. So there's that.
Yeah.
She has done some movies, and I haven't seen a single one.
Right.
Uh,
Green Lantern.
was she in there? Oh yeah, you're right. She was in there.
Yeah.
And Lady Pool is from Merc with a Mouth, number 7. Dogpool, which was in Prelude to Deadpool Core, number 3. We've got Kidpool,
Right.
another Reynolds.
Right.
Inez Reynolds played Kidpool. That's Ryan Reynolds' son.
Mm-hmm.
And that was also from Prelude to the Deadpool Core number 2. One of my personal favorites, Headpool.
Oh, bro. Love seeing Headpool. Absolutely love seeing Headpool.
Did you catch who was the voice of Headpool?
That's right. That's right. You've got 2 Green Lanterns
Really?
And yeah, Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner in
That's
the
right.
new
We talked about
Superman
that.
movie.
You're right. We did talk about that.
So we've got 2 Green
Yeah.
Lanterns as 2 Deadpools.
And you know what? Both of them did way better roles as Deadpool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Headpool, which, by the way, from one of my favorite comics too, comes from the Marvel Zombies line, Marvel Zombies #3, and like we said, Nathan Fillion, which
That's
I
awesome.
love Nathan Fillion, dude. He is awesome.
Yeah.
Baby Pool.
That was another Reynolds kid, wasn't it?
That was another Reynolds. That was Olin Reynolds, the youngest.
Nice.
Cowboy Pool.
Cowboy Pool. That one, I love that one. I kind of like really want a Marvel Legend of the Cowboy Pool.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't think they have one, but they have a pirate pool.
I've seen the pirate pool.
That was part
of the strong guy build a figure wave.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have him. I haven't picked him up. Actually, I just got the build a figure part on eBay. But yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen that variant. But yeah, I kind of like want a cowboy pool now.
I think I would like that too.
Yeah.
And you know
who played cowboy pool?
Really, this is one of the ones that I caught immediately. Nathan Fillion took me a little bit to figure it out. I couldn't figure out why I knew that voice, but I had to look that one up. But this one I caught immediately. Matthew McConaughey.
Oh shit. That's right.
Matthew McConaughey was Cowboy Pool, and that's from Merc with a Mouth #7.
Was he actually in the suit, or did he just do the voice?
From what I looked up, it did say that he played him. So
that's kind of awesome. If he was actually in the suit, dude.
Also in the suit was, I mean, all these from what I've read. Now, this might not be true, but from what I've read, all the people that I've listed were in the suits. Baby Pool was in the suit during maybe one scene, but the rest of it was digital.
Right.
We do have the Welsh Pool.
Right, and that was one of the Wrexham guys, right?
That was one of the Wrexham guys again. Yeah, that was Paul Mullen, one of the players from the Wrexham AFC. And he had that big Welsh flag on his chest.
Right.
And then we have Watari, also known as Ronin Pool.
Yes, I want a Ronin Pool figure too.
Which I don't really have any information off of that one, but apparently it's a big thing. His name was actually called Watari. And then for briefly a couple of times there, we also see Deadpool 2099.
That one took me a minute to figure out what that was.
Same here.
Was like, what? I don't understand what this futuristic Tron-looking Deadpool is.
I'm sitting here thinking like they made a robot that looked like Deadpool. Cool.
Right.
Yeah, I actually had to look that one up.
I was going into the Spider-Verse, like that robot Spider-Man that's in Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know why I was going that way. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not funny.
Not mentioned because he was just one of the random Deadpools. A lot of people were saying that Tom Holland was going to be one of the Deadpools, but he wasn't.
No.
His brother was.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, Tom Holland's brother was actually one of the Deadpools in the background. I couldn't tell you which one.
I love it. Who knows?
Couldn't tell you which one.
Generic Deadpool #3.
There you go. So we've gone through all the variants. We've gone through a lot of the cameos. We've gone through a lot of the people and everything like that. Let's talk for not too long, but let's talk about the actual movie itself.
Okay.
The Cassandra Nova.
Your big bad.
The big bad.
I
Professor Xavier's sister.
I love that they pulled out Cassandra Nova. I love that this is her introduction. She is an amazing and complex character in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
But they had fun with it, and they had fun with probably a dark character, which I thought is going to be more appealing to people.
I thought 100%. I thought they nailed it. I thought they nailed the character to a T. They did a great job. Her outfit looked great. She looked great. The shit she would do with her fingers, yeah, man, it's unsettling to see the way that she has to go into people's minds to do that. Though it's just
gross.
Yeah,
gross.
But it was awesome. It was really awesome.
I didn't like how this TVA agent was kind of going rogue. I was like, oh, we've already kind of seen this stuff with the Loki stuff. I thought it was kind of, I don't know. It seemed, I don't know what the word to describe it. I was just like, okay, I get Cassandra Nova, I get her thing. I guess bridging it with this rogue TVA agent
honestly
makes sense. I don't know.
To me, if you would have removed his aspect from the movie, I don't really feel it would have changed that much about the movie.
No.
As far as having the timeline and having to have the Wolverine, like, they should have just kind of stopped it there, because everybody else is just going along with this dude's evil plan, and like it's nothing.
Right.
And I'm like, that was the only thing that the shortcoming of this movie was his interaction, his character, his character, and what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
And the fact that it took all the way until the end of the movie for somebody to catch on and for them to come over there and stop him. Like, don't you all observe all the timelines?
Yeah,
don't you know this shit's going to happen?
They could have had another agent from the TVA, or like somebody just be like, hey, you need to save your own timeline. We don't know why. Here, go do it. And it could have been the same movie.
What about what'd you think about the opening?
The opening fight scene?
Yeah.
With fighting with a skeleton?
Yeah, and dancing.
Oh my god, dude. That was amazing. That was so good. That was so good. I loved it. And I love seeing him when he actually like got the claws on his arms.
Put the claws on, yeah. And he was trying to get them out of the one guy's like dick.
Get it out. Dude's ass.
Oh man, that entire fight scene, like just that fight scene alone, made the movie worth it. But the best fight scene,
that one and the one in the Honda Odyssey.
The Honda Odyssey fucks, dude. Like that they fucking destroyed that car.
Holy
man. That
shit.
Fight was intense and awesome.
Yes, dude.
That was the fight we've been wanting to see with Wolverine, to where he's letting loose. And just the brutal rage of Wolverine.
So angry.
Fuck, dude.
So good.
I bet he probably liked being like that. Wolverine would have loved Deadpool as a partner, because he could just unleash the rage on him and he'd still live.
Maybe. He'd have to put up with his mouth. No,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
He kind of gave into it there towards the end.
Dude, I think Hugh Jackman dropped more F-bombs than Deadpool in this movie.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, we also got a completely different Wolverine. We got to me, I said earlier, we got the Wolverine we've been wanting this entire time. We got the rage. We got literally, the Wolverine.
Yeah, and technically this is a Wolverine that we've never seen before.
No, because this is a Wolverine from another universe.
Right.
But the fight scenes in this movie were amazing. Oh, speaking of fight scenes. When Peter Parker is fighting Flash Thompson, Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker,
right,
is in the locker room and he's fighting Flash and he's dodging.
Right.
If you took that fight scene and set it next to side by side with Deadpool and Wolverine when they're fighting in the desert, that fight scene is choreographed the exact same.
Is it really?
Wolverine is Flash Thompson, where he keeps striking at Deadpool, and Deadpool's just literally dodges it. The same Flash and Wolverine are making the same choreography, as well as Deadpool and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man are doing the same choreography. And this was like a nod to the choreographer who recently passed away that had done all these movies.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I'll go back and watch that.
You got to watch that scene. If you want, you could put it like you can Google it, Tobey's Spider-Man fighting style in Deadpool and Wolverine, and it'll show you like a side-by-side video.
I'm gonna check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's that was one of my absolute favorite Easter eggs of the entire film because the way they did that.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
That's
no,
awesome.
they did a great job with this movie, man.
They did. Knocked out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, I couldn't have asked for a better Deadpool movie. I couldn't ask for a better way for Deadpool to be introduced into the MCU proper.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's still technically not there, I don't think, but like it's closer now, especially with Secret Wars coming up. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited to see now, like to see really now see the mutants show up in MCU.
Yeah.
Um, especially if they have any kind of connection to Deadpool right now. Um, I'm excited. I'm totally stoked.
I am too, because like as much as I love the X-Men and I love the MCU with what they've done with the Avengers and everything, those two factions have worked together and against each other in so many different ways. It upsets me and saddens me this whole time to see them completely having to be separated.
Yeah.
Now we can finally merge them, and hopefully we'll get more interaction between X-Men and the Avengers, maybe more. You
Fantastic
know,
Four.
we got the Fantastic Four, we've got Doomsday. Maybe we'll figure out why Thor was crying.
Maybe not. I kind of
Oh,
hope
oh,
that's an unanswered question. I
there's
really
another
do.
cameo.
Oh yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
Technically, there's another cameo, Chris Hemsworth. I wonder if we're gonna find out why Thor was crying.
I kind of hope we don't. I really do. I kind of really hope we don't. I just
I
not
just want it
all.
to be over something absolutely stupid, though.
Oh, it
Like the
completely would be.
dumbest reason.
It would be completely dumb reason that would be. That's why I kind of hope we just don't see it. We don't know about it. It's just one of those loose threads, and everybody asks about it for years, and it never gets answered. I kind of really hope for something like that.
So, do you think Wolverine's gonna do this until he's 90?
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Honestly, at this point, they're not going to recast him. They're going to pay him enough, and he's going to do it.
Oh
And he's going
yeah,
to keep
man.
doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until he's dead. Until he's dead, and at that point, they're just going to AI fucking computer generate Hugh Jackman to keep doing it. We're never going to have a replacement for Hugh Jackman at this point.
No,
Never.
not even Short King can replace him.
No. No amount of Short Kings, no amount of
Or Cavill.
Cavalrines
Yeah,
or Daniel Radcliffe's are going to replace Hugh Jackman as
I really
Wolverine.
want to know
It's
where
never
this
going to happen now.
Radcliffe. I really want to know where this Radcliffe shit came up from.
It was a fan casting thing, dude, from years ago. I promise you. I think
Yeah,
it
but
has something to do with like his post Harry Potter, like stuff that he's been doing.
I mean, other than the height, I don't see any resemblance. You know what that reminds me of? You ever see that deal where there was an art contest
Mhm.
and you had to draw like the contest, they had to draw a frog.
Right.
And this person did a picture of a frog and it looked perfect. It looked beautiful, like museum quality painting of a frog. It looked immaculate. It was amazing. And then there was another picture which looked like a toddler scribbled something in the somewhat a resemblance of a frog. And that one won.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it was fan based and the fans voted.
Right.
And they voted for the shitty looking toddler one over the art one. That's what I feel like is going on here with this Daniel Radcliffe.
Look, it's not going to happen though, so don't even worry
No,
about it.
no.
It's never going to happen. We're going to have him until he's 90.
We might get a cameo.
Maybe.
Nah, I
Who
doubt it.
knows?
We'll see.
Who knows at this point? But I'm so glad that we have Hugh Jackman. I know we're going to have him for years to come. I know he's going to be part of the MCU. I just feel it in my heart. You know,
And
I'm
you know,
just looking forward to it.
I want to say this, and the missus can vouch for this. Up until Deadpool Wolverine, I never really gave two shits about Fox's, X-Men, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. I thought it was overplayed. I didn't really care for him or his portrayal of the Wolverine. I didn't care for any of it.
Really,
Everybody
even
thought it
Logan?
was even Logan. Logan. I liked some of the storyline more than I even cared about him, but it was better, but it was still just overplayed. I mean, I didn't care for any of it up until Deadpool Wolverine. I feel, even though it's not the Wolverine from X-Men, it's a new Wolverine. I feel we got the Wolverine that we've been missing this
Yes.
entire time. The angry, the aggressive, the violent, the fighting style, the costume, everything. Everything about this Wolverine is, I feel, what I was missing from the regular Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. We finally got the Wolverine we deserve.
I agree. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I was never a fan of the Wolverine until now. Now I still don't really like the old ones, but this is one I can get behind, and I think it's amazing. I love it. And I this is the Wolverine I hope to see more of.
Me too. Me too. So, all in all, great movie. We enjoyed the hell out of it. Fantastic cameos, great jokes, great music. What a hell of an ending.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
they did a great job, man.
I was
they
absolutely stoked. So glad we got to see it. Definitely 2 thumbs up.
Way
5
up.
stars, 10 stars. I am glad I got to see it. I am glad I got to see it. I can't wait to watch it again at home in HD.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun when that pops up on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I already told my old man, as soon as this comes to like any sort of streaming, even if I have to pay for it, I'm gonna go over to his place with some popcorn, some sodas, and we're gonna sit on the couch and watch it. My old man is a big Deadpool fan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
I kind of want it to be out of theaters already, so I can go see it again. That's why.
Yeah, no, I get you, dude.
But yeah, man, this has been a great show. This is definitely a damn good movie, and one that I'm already, a couple days after I saw this, I wanted to see it again.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So then I was like, I know I missed stuff, and immediately when I got done watching it, I got home and started watching like the behind the scenes stuff, or watching the cameo accounts from all the different YouTubers. So I love seeing it. I was like, I need more. I want more of this in my face.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad I got to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to watching it again on HD in my home in my own underwear, as
On your
opposed to somebody
comfy
else's
couch,
underwear.
nobody next to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, all right, man.
So good. So good. It was so glad I could see. I'm glad I could talk with you about Deadpool, especially since this is actually talking with you about it, especially where those other areas came from. It piqued
Mm-hmm.
my interest on checking out some more of the comic stuff. Of
Mine
getting
too.
onto Marvel Unlimited, checking out some of the older Deadpool core stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe I haven't read any of the Marvel Zombies, so I need to go check that out.
Oh my god, yeah, that's one of the few lines that I own all of them.
Nice,
Of course, big zombie fanatic over here.
of course.
Also, last good fact about the film: this was the highest grossing rated R movie, I think, of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
What did it finally? Do you have a number of what it finally grossed at the theaters?
I don't, but I can pull it up real quick.
It doesn't surprise me. I know this is a lot of one of those movies that, yeah, movie theaters are kind of going by the wayside. People aren't spending as much money or much time going to movie theaters. But this one is definitely one that people had to go to the movie theaters to see.
Holy shit!
What are we up to?
1.029 billion at the global box office.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going until he's 90.
So 494.3 million in North America and 535.1 million internationally, for a grand total of 1.029 billion, making that the highest grossed movie for rated R.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's, oh my gosh, dude.
Jeez, man, that's impressive. That is impressive.
I kind of hope
oh my goodness.
Ryan Reynolds got some of that back end on that one.
1.086 after 23 days of release.
God, dude. That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's impressive. That right there tells you that they're doing something right.
Yeah.
And with numbers like that, it ain't going away. We're not done.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
No.
Well, but unfortunately, we're going to have to go away.
Yeah, but till next week.
Yeah, just until next week. Well, I do apologize for the inconsistency of our recordings and our drop. Just kind of life gets in the way.
Shit happens.
It happens, though. But I do appreciate everybody viewing, downloading, following along with us. Please follow along with us. OATFTG on all of our social media handles: TikTok, Instagram, X. Give us a follow, give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube and on our iTunes. We sure would appreciate it. Again, our DMs are open. Give us a call, give us a message, shoot us a DM. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. If you have any questions or any show topics, we sure would appreciate hearing from you.
What do y'all want to hear?
Yeah. Otherwise, we're just going to keep rambling.
That's what we do. We're good at it.
Yeah, well, I think so.
I mean, I think we're good at it, and that's what matters here.
This is true. But I appreciate you, Freak. Thank you so much. So,
as always,
this has been OZ and the Freak Talk Geek. I'm OZ.
And I'm the Freak. And, well, that's our phrase for a weekend geek. Well, no, we've been talking geek. Yeah.
We've been talking geek.
Anyways, butchered the ending like always.
It's okay. Yeah, consistency.